Good morning.
Good morning, Bridge Nation. You know it's your boy Shells.
And it's your girl Queen Jojo.
We taking over. DJ Audley's in the building.
Yeah, man, I'm here.
This is a special Ash Wednesday
Yes, it is.
edition. Yo, I know what Bridge Nation I wonder so far, you know. Shells, you know on the yard. No, Bridge Nation, I'm gonna tell you how it go. Remember some of the boss yet, you know. So if I come out there and do the work, no.
Exactly.
And I'm accompanied by people who look like them now on the yard either. Oh yes, it's the second day in March. It's Ash Wednesday. The beginning of it's Lent.
Yes, so it's the beginning of Lent.
It's the beginning.
And we're gonna be having that conversation. So we'll talk more on
What's coming up, right?
Coming up.
Alright, cool. But I'm curious though, Jojo, putting you on the spot. What are you giving up for Lent? We see you put up something on WhatsApp.
Hey, I'm telling you this.
I gotta load you up later still.
I'm gonna block you.
I gotta load you up
I'm
still.
gonna block him now.
Only I give up nothing for
I'm
Lent.
gonna block you.
Thinking.
You're thinking.
You're thinking.
Yeah,
Well, for me, I'm giving up. Not getting enough sleep. You know, we work on that.
We don't know how that's going.
Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna
We don't
try.
know how that's going.
And Jamaicans, please understand, it's called Lent and not length.
Miss it.
You understand me?
Hold
You
on
can
now.
imagine all the ladies I'm concerned when they hear the money, I give up length.
You know what?
Yeah, we have to keep the energy going, you know, people. Yes, Bridge Nation, you know the thing. If you not wonder what go on, you know. Don't worry, no, Richie Rich will be back with you guys shortly. You don't
Tomorrow.
Know, yes, we'll be back tomorrow. But right now, it's your boy Shells and Queen Jojo and DJ Ollie holding it down.
We are holding it down.
Yeah, we are doing best. I know Mr. B is watching and listening. I'm sure he is.
I hope not. I hope he's sleeping.
Yeah.
If you're home and you have an opportunity to sleep until late, please do. But if you're listening, big up to yourself. Thank you so much for tuning in to Up and Go here on the Bridge 99 FM. And we're gonna be talking about what's coming up on the show. You know, it's a kind of different vibes today, but we still have some interviews that we have to do. So we have Coleen Douglas, who's the Director of Marketing and Communications at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. And she's stopping by to talk to us about Edna Manley College upcoming Founders Week, which begins March 6th.
Nice.
And it's Ash Wednesday, so we had to have somebody come on and talk to us about Lent. What Ash Wednesday mean? Who can participate in this act? Is it for everybody?
Yeah.
Is it just a religious thing? Is it now a fad? You know, one of them like a popular things that what people do at this time. These are the conversations that we're gonna be having with Reverend Teddy A. Jones, who is an ordained minister with the Missionary Church Association in Jamaica. I will look at features them shells.
Yes, Bridge Nation, and have another chance for the little holiday if I try to take my basket. Yes, we have the Secret Sound game forward in your way at 9:30. I don't know, we have this, my favorite segment. We're going to talk about a nice little invention once again. And of course, we have the Global Connection.
We have Global Connection.
With Irie Jam, with my brother DJ Roy, right?
Yes, I think it's DJ Roy.
Well,
we're not too sure yet. We still ain't go over there.
But yes, Bridge 99 FM, yes, Bridge Nation. No, this is Up and Go. The youth version. It's coming like youth service. You know what I mean? Yeah.
When the pastor guy, pastor take over.
Pastor take over, that's me.
So we're the youth pastors.
But yeah, big up everybody, you know, for those who are out there right now going to work same way. Safe travel upon the gravel. And those at home, we're not a bad man, you. You know, just take the time out and check us out on the website, www.thebridge99fm.com. Big up on yourself.
So we got a message. Did you get a message?
Yes, I got a message.
Well, we got a message from our senior pastor.
From the senior pastor himself.
He said, "Good morning, team. Up and Go. You're off to a good start. I'm beginning to feel I can do this more often."
Hey,
no bother with it, you know.
Hey, Richie Rich.
Hey. Watch where I say right there, saying Richie. Yes, man, we'll definitely keep fun.
Yeah, man.
And I figured he would be listening.
Of
You
course.
can go back to sleep now, senior pastor. Get your rest.
Yes, man.
We have
the show is in good hands, sir.
Good hands.
Gosh, man.
As you talk about good hands, we're gonna, even though it's not update just yet, we had to talk about it, and I know it is Shell's baby mother.
One time.
One time, him take it hard, people.
Yeah, man.
So Rihanna stepped out for Paris Fashion Week yesterday, and she had on a hot number, I must say. You know, so pregnancy is a whole different thing in this generation.
Yes.
Because I know there are persons who are like, what is she wearing? She's pregnant. The baby I got catch cold. Cause you know, so the baby always a catch cold. Baby.
Sorry. Yeah, what you saying? But right now.
Shells, focus.
Sorry.
Focus.
Right.
But she looks absolutely beautiful.
As
would
always.
it be something I would wear as a pregnant woman? Nope.
You hear me? I said no, like me no. No, but let's get under. No. I don't want to see people.
But it's Paris Fashion Week and she has a job, you know.
As an icon.
She's an icon and she owns a lingerie
so it makes
business.
sense.
So it makes sense that she's going to come out in her lingerie. Some persons say I love what she's wearing. I wouldn't wear it. Only Rihanna would turn a baby bump into fashion. The baby is cold. Somebody said.
Baby, all right. I want to know about this.
The baby is cold. Somebody said these outfits have been trash. It's trash. I don't know. Can they see it? Yeah, man. May I see it too? So that means that those on our who is streaming us can see it as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So it was a hot little lingerie number as a pregnant woman. You know, many persons are questioning her outfit. I feel like I must drink water, mind my business.
Mind your business, right? That's billionaire business right there.
Yes, there are certain conversations that we just don't fall in shells because we don't have that money.
Exactly.
Just yet.
Let me tell you this. Let me use some English language to my descriptive language. So she have on this satin, silk, mesh.
It's more silk.
I don't know. You know watch 50 Shades of Grey?
The kind of outfit there.
Just picture that with a nice little leather jacket and some leather boots.
And a baby bum.
Funny enough, I didn't see the outfit.
Preach, man. About a drop your phone, you know.
No, man, not a Rihanna.
Oh, yeah, me
Rihanna,
Rihanna then.
And the baby bump through, yeah.
No, man, this is pregnant Rihanna.
Yeah, man.
You know what?
No.
Anyway.
Well, that's how it should be, though. Pregnancy not to stop her from being hot and being a brand.
I think we can, kind of cover it up a little bit, for the baby's sake. But then some persons would disagree with me, but she still look hot. And I think this is what happens when you are authentic and you're being yourself. And I think that's what Rihanna is being like. I think she's telling us that, listen, I know I'm a mom, but you're not going to tell me what to wear, how to dress, how to move. And she's sticking.
She said, Romy asking if it was a typical Jamaican artist, would we accept it? Romy, I said typical, what do you mean by typical Jamaican?
I think I would still say the same thing. Like, it's not my business. Would I
artists.
wear it?
It's an
No.
art.
But if you want to stay true to who you are, fine, go ahead.
Yeah, and for the people who care about the baby, big up on yourself. All of the doctors them out there.
Right.
But,
baby not catch no.
Yeah, no, the baby is fine. I don't think she's a reckless mom, and I don't think A$AP Rocky is a reckless father.
No.
So, yeah. It's a good look here, Riri. Me go and follow up my item. It's all good.
So it's time for
WTF, and that's what the fact.
All
That one is interesting. Jojo, you want to take it away? Somebody tried to eat
So-
the Eiffel Tower.
Well, he didn't try to steal it. He sold it twice. A con man sold the Eiffel Tower twice.
Look at that.
Well, almost twice. Lusting was famous for being one of the smoothest con men in history. But this most impressive stunt was when he convinced 6 scrap metal dealers to bid on the Eiffel Tower. You know how skilled you have to be to sell the Eiffel Tower. No, that's not serious. The story goes on that Lusting got the idea when he read an article about how the Eiffel Tower was rusting and the high cost of its maintenance and repairs. Since the tower was only supposed to stand for 20 years, some Persians were saying it should be taken down entirely.
Okay.
And not one to miss an opportunity, Lusting devised a plan to convince the city's biggest scrap metal dealers that he was a government director charged with the discreet task of selling off the Eiffel Tower's scrap metal. He rented it and gave tours of the landmark and insinuated not only that this was very hush-hush government business, but that he could be bribed into accepting the winning bid.
Wow.
One dealer was convinced and paid Lusting $20,000 in cash plus an additional $50,000 to make sure his was the winning bid. Listen, man. And so them time they are only for money.
Of course.
All right. Once he had the money, Lusting raced off to Austria to lay low while the story broke, but it never did since the dealer was too embarrassed to report Lusting's scam.
Wow.
Yes. He later returned though to Paris and gave it another try, but was worried one of the scrap dealers had notified the police. He fled to the US, where he was ultimately caught.
When they tried to steal the Statue of Liberty?
I mean, no, look like I want to go over there and try sell it again, because I'm serious. The fact that you could have conned somebody out of what, $70,000?
Yeah, but
and them time they whole heap of money that you know, man.
But hold on, so I mean, I don't think it's that bad of a thing. I mean, him say, did I rust or so? And him say, you know what?
Shells,
let me, you know, protect my country's integrity. You know, by not giving the country none of the money. You see me?
Shells, it's Ash Wednesday. We're trying. We're give up things. Remember, we're giving up the bad things in our lives.
All right, what else I say?
Yes, we're giving up the bad things.
Big up yourself, Lustig.
Yes, let's sing.
Oh, that was a nice one.
That was
a nice
funny.
one. That was WTF. What the fact, Mr. Lustig? Tried a con man sold the Eiffel Tower almost twice. You only hear them facts right here.
Sing a white man.
Look on him, I them to know.
Watch him to know. Can't see say what man artist.
You know, you like, you know, everyone Scooby-Doo him saying, I almost got away with it too. It was for you meddling kids.
Yes, that's exactly what it look like. Those who are young would understand.
Yes.
Because Rainford over there looking like what?
Rainford must know Scooby-Doo.
You know Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo know all of that way.
Rainford ever all Scooby-Doo is before us?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, my apologies, Rainford.
Yeah, it's time for our updates here today. Which one am I going to choose? I'm going to kick it off. Yeah, this is a nice one. Me go with the Skilly Bang, Shensi and Popcorn. So, Skilly Bang, Shensi and Popcorn are confirmed for Wireless Festival. Skilly Bang, Shensi and Popcorn are expected to bring some Jamaican flavor to one of the UK's top urban music festivals this summer. Britain's Wireless Festival 2022 will feature some of the biggest names from a range of genres, from dancehall to hip-hop and Afrobeat. The event organizers on Monday, February 28th, announced the full lineup. While music lovers were already aware of Tyler, the Creator, Cardi B, and J. Cole, they were listed to headline the festival. The names of some crowd favorites were added to the list. The three Jamaican superstars, Polo G, Summer Walker, Jack Harlow, Central C, Roddy Ricch, Baby Keem, and Playboy Carti will be performing at the event. Yo, that was a wicked lineup, you know?
Yeah, man, that's a good lineup.
The British Festival is set to take place across 3 locations: Crystal Palace Park from July 1st to the 3rd, Finsbury Park from July 8th to the 10th, and Birmingham also from July 8th to the 10th. Now, Skilly Bang has steadily been climbing the ladder, as we all know, on the international scene, especially since the release of his hit single Crocodile Teeth in 2020. Last year, Nicki Minaj was one of the stars who jumped on the track for a remix, and the song was featured on her mixtape Beam Me Up Shorty. Now, we all know about Shensia and her fair accomplishments. I think definitely it makes sense that she filmed up on the festival as well.
Yeah, that
and
makes sense.
And Popcorn goes without saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I am interested to see how Skilly does.
Yeah.
You know, on an international platform with you know, we see Shensia do it with Rolling Loud, I believe it was. We see Popcorn, we know, feature with Drake with the OVO Fest and thing, and his own concerts out here. But it's nice to see our artists on the platform right this, and I hope they do very well, you know.
I hope so too. So yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, man, going through.
So remembering Bunny Wailer, the first Dan Dada of dancehall, 1 year after his death. Today marks 1 year since the passing of reggae dancehall legend Bunny Wailer, the original Dan Dada, founding member of the Wailers band, which included his stepbrother Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. Born Neville Livingston on April 10, 1947, Bunny died on March 2 last year. The Trenchtown native was in and out of hospital after suffering a second stroke in July 2020. While Bunny is known globally and recognized for his roots reggae music, many people may not be aware that he also has the distinction of being the only wailer to record dancehall music, a prowess of which he was extremely proud of. Bunny was unapologetic about the fact that he was a Dan Dada of dancehall, and he exposed his 1992 song Dan Dada, which was recorded on the African Beat Rhythm, and which he sang and DJ'd. So that's pretty dope. Man. So we're remembering Bunny Wailer today. And
you know, go on, I have to big up him family too.
Yes.
You see me? We know so them I go through something right now.
Right.
I would have wished them all the best. BJ, I don't know, so we're there for you, my brother.
Much love, bro.
Yeah, man, so let's go and do your thing out there, see me? All you have nothing to say? I know you have enough respect for the whalers.
Yeah, man. Big up, big up to Bonnie Whaler.
Yeah, man.
You know, he's an icon in the business.
Yes.
You know, as they would say, he's a column.
You see it there?
You understand, in reggae music and stuff, and you know, we say condolences also to his family and stuff. You know,
of course.
Well, you know, we're at the bridge here. We're close. I mean,
yeah, man. Yeah, man. So enough love and respect to the family. And that, Bridge Nation, was your update. This is your boy Shells alongside Queen Jojo and DJ Audley, and we are going into our proverb of the day.
And I'm going to be reading it for you guys. So Shells and Audley, maybe you can tell me what you think it means.
Oh boy.
Not every big head gets sense. Not every big head gets sense.
Not every big head. Okay.
Not every big head gets sense.
Yeah. All right. I know what it means, come see on the paper, but like now that may I think about it, makes sense. You know, so what's the translation, Jojo?
So, well, I'm not giving any translation. Well, I could give it. Not every big head has sense.
Exactly. So
but the meaning is those who present themselves as smart aren't necessarily smart. We know this.
Yeah.
We know this.
Yeah. Can't work with that. People say that about me.
Yeah. Well, I better you say it. You know,
that's
me
what
say it.
Yeah.
Right? So we have our pet peeve this morning, Shells. For those who are listening and it's your first time listening to us this morning here on the Bridge 99 FM, pet peeves are things that others do that you may find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting.
Oh boy.
And today we have a pet peeve from one of our listeners talking about his pet peeve really is that people bleach their skin. So let's have a listen.
Oh.
Good morning, Bridge Nation and the whole Up and Go family. My pet peeve this morning is the bleaching of the skin. That's something that, yeah, man. You ever go some place and say pink face, purple face, dark blue face, orange face? Well, check out downtown Kingston. You know, when they look up on some Hebaka town, due to bleaching, them look like bone up can. When they look on the knuckle, on them toe. Jesus Christ, man, it don't look good.
Yeah. They're alright. That's an interesting pet peeve.
That's a pet peeve.
It's a pet peeve for you too?
No,
Oh. Sorry, Jojo, go ahead.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Every time that conversation comes up about persons lightening their skin or bleaching their skin, persons like to tell me that I need to stay out of it because I don't know or I cannot identify. And I'm like, what are you saying?
Yeah.
I'm a black woman. It just happens that my hue and my ancestors have gone through some things, and this is why I have this skin color. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the bleaching thing, and what he's explaining, we're not making fun of anyone, and I don't think that he's making fun of anyone, and it's his views, and it's okay to have his views.
Yeah.
I believe that you should love yourself wholeheartedly. If you were supposed to be a different skin color, you would be. And it's not just downtown people bleach, uptown people bleach too.
Oh, yes.
As a matter of fact, them bleach better in a way because they have the money so there's pale, there is injections, there are so many things to make it. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. So yes, there are ways to. So while they're doing it the cost-effective way, I guess, and that's still, you know, those products cost a lot of money that we were looking at on the screen. You have other ways to bleach your skin.
My thing with all of this is why people do this.
The thing is, there are a lot of reasons, you know. You have insecurities, you have all these things. You don't know what people go through, you know. You understand me? I say, look on the case like what Michael Jackson have to grow up with him family, his own family, and chastise how him look. So you know, you have a lot of people going through things like that. You have some of the products are just supposed to apply to a certain area for like stretch marks and these things lighten your skin as a result. So
persons like how they look lighter, I guess. So they go with that. But it's all about when you don't appreciate who you are and you can't accept yourself. This is what happens. So I get it.
I wonder if they want some of my bleaching cream.
Well, Is it not?
Yeah, and I say, I'm wondering if they want some of my bleaching cream.
We can't bother. But I'm hoping that, because it really does affect your health after a while. So for persons who are bleaching and doing all these things, it really does affect their health.
Of course.
So I understand this pet peeve, and again, it's not our views, it's our listeners' views.
Of course. So yes, Bridge
Joe,
Nation.
be upset with us.
Be upset with us, but is that something that upsets you too? So the time is now 1:08, and we're going to go into our first interview with Miss Coleen Douglas. She's here to talk about this Founders Week at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts.
That's right.
That will be between March 6th and the 11th under the theme Rising, Responding. I like that. The Thanksgiving service will commence on March 6th at Vera Moody Concert Hall. And yes, we have Miss Coleen Douglas, Director of Marketing and Communications at Edna Manley College. She will tell us more about Founders Week. Miss Douglas, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Oh,
good morning.
I like your head
I
wrap.
like that.
That's so pretty.
I like it.
Jody, you know the secret.
Yes, I know the secret, and it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Now give thanks, Miss Douglas. Now,
we miss the days of radio, just being radio, and you wouldn't see us,
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah.
I
saw Bridge go on, man.
You have a pretty my radio. Can you imagine
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. But yes, Miss Douglas. Good morning again. Can you tell us more about Edna Manley's Founders Week?
Okay, so Founders Week is really meant to celebrate the people who the founding mothers and fathers of the college. So you may or may not know that the Edna Manley College started in different phases. There was a School of Visual Arts that was started by Edna Manley. There was a School of Music that started outside of this campus by Vera Moody. Vera Moody is actually the sister of Norman Manley.
Okay.
And there is Henry and Greta Fowler of the Little Theatre Movement, who started the School of Drama. And then there is also the three dancers from NDTC, Sheila Barnett, Bert Rose, and Barbara Recker, who started the School of Dance. So all of these people, in the various ways, began those spaces separately until we came together at 1 Arthur Wayne Drive in 1976 as one campus.
Oh, okay.
So the Founders Week is really meant to honor the memory of those individuals who sacrificed for what we know called the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts.
Wow.
Of course, acknowledging too the works of Dennis Scott, who would have given a lot to School of Drama, Professor Rex Nettleford, who gave a lot to School of Dance.
Yes.
So it's a week for us to remind our current students who may not even know them or know of them.
Yeah.
And as much as Google has made everything accessible, you can always go online and find everything. You don't necessarily have an archive of these things. So it's we honor them because we respect and appreciate the sacrifice.
Yeah.
We start with the Thanksgiving ceremony, as you say. It's interfaith. At Edna, we have Christians, we have Muslims, we have Buddhists, we have Orishas, we have Rastafari. So it's an interfaith service that we will have at the Vera Moody Concert Hall. So you will get a mixture of all of the ways that these different, I'm not going to call religious groups in some instance, for some just a levity, worship. And so we start with that 4 o'clock in the evening. Interestingly, we have a play that opens on Friday.
Yes.
Nice.
In the Redwater. I think you might have spoken to some of our students about that. So that also is happening this weekend. So after church service, we encourage others to go. The widow of the former Prime Minister Michael Manley actually has a gift for the college, which we will receive formally on Monday. It's a framed signed painting from Edna Manley.
Wow.
That we will receive, and it will signal the launch of our 45th anniversary as well. 45 years of being at 1 Arthur Wayne Drive. We're gonna have this thing on March 8th, when is Women's Day. Our college orator, Dr. Amina Blackwood Meeks, every year she has this thing called Electric Boogie with Marcia Griffith.
Yeah.
It's a song we have conversations. So she's having electric boogie again, where you're really just supposed to come and dance and have fun and celebrate all that's woman.
Right, that sounds great. Miss Douglas, we want to know though the theme for this year's Founders Week. What inspired it? Rising, responding.
Edna has gone through a number of phases like most organizations. In 2019, we had what I think was not a very positive media exposure for almost the whole year. And then amidst all that, we went straight into a pandemic towards the end of that year.
Right.
Our students haven't been on campus, they just returned. Staff is accustomed to being on campus. It's a very hands-on space. As you know, we do arts. The rising and responding, therefore, is rising to the challenges of the times. It's rising to the standards set by our forefathers. It's responding to the needs of a community. And when I say of a community, it's a community beyond Edna. It's a community beyond Jamaica even. It's a community beyond Caribbean, responding to the needs of the world. And so that's really what rising and responding is. We have always been doing, we've always been giving, but there are times when we have to stop, take check, and see whether or not we're serving society in the way that society needs to be served. Beautiful. So that's the principle behind the theme.
I like that, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. So, you know, you shared the founders and persons who made the sacrifice for Edna to be a reality at this time that we're living in right now. But what would you say to others why it is important to support and invest in Edna Manley College of Visual and Performing Arts?
You know, there is a fire that we had late last year at the School of Visual Arts, and I remember how we felt the morning of the fire, completely helpless. And it's amazing how fire can be healing, but can also be so devastating. Students immediately lost all that they had in that space, but we also lost memories. The Edna Manley College is still the first and only one of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean. What it means is that we serve an industry that is very important to the world. I think it's the arts that makes us most human.
Yes.
It's the arts that allows that deep humanity, you know, that empathy, that we see someone and not just feel like, oh, I'm sorry for them, but we actively do something for them. And yes, we want to make money. We talk about orange economy. So there's a big ecosystem in the arts, and Edna feeds that industry. We talk a lot about creative and cultural industries. When you look on stage now, you see Edna Manley students with Romaine, you're going to see them with Chris Martin, you see them with every artist you can imagine. So Edna is serving a purpose to industry where in the classrooms, we are constantly making art. And as we have a war going on in the midst of a pandemic, it makes me think too of the role of art in times of stress, you know, in times when people really need some kind of solace somewhere they go to. And so that is why we support an Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts.
Lovely, lovely.
It's not just to make people happy. It is that it's meaningful. It is something that society needs. And so when you look around, you support, because you talk about C-sharp graduates of the college.
Yes.
You talk about students who are coming in, and because for whatever reason their parents did not plan for tertiary education or simply can't afford it. We'd love for it to be accessible to them. So whether it's through scholarships, whether it's through partnership and you want to sponsor a student, or you want to help us, for instance, repair the painting studios at the School of Visual Arts. We really appeal to public to understand the role of this institution to arts and culture and arts and development generally in Jamaica and the Caribbean.
Nice. Listen, Miss Douglas and Jojo, I have something to confess. A long time I want to go Edna, you know.
Yeah, me too.
You should come. What do you want to study?
No, so here we're going, Miss Douglas. I studied film. But at the time when I was going for film, it wasn't offered at Edna at the time.
Yeah, we still don't offer film.
Okay, I heard it was in the pipelines. That are going coming on.
It's in the pipelines.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So that's my thing. But what I love about Edna, you know, is that a lot of people don't really just go to school. It's like an experience.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I love the fact that with this Founders Week vibration, you know, you get to teach students who are the older students and students who just afford say, yo, look, you have something to be passionate about. And I'm glad that you are here on the bridge to let, you know, our listeners and viewers understand that, yo, Edna is not a normal place. I mean that in a very good way.
And for parents too, that you know, when you think about art, or your child says to you that I want to become an actress or an actor, or I want to become a painter, many a times it's almost like you lick the wind out of the parent. But this is I believe that it has its place, and persons can make money from being an actor, you know, painting, selling their paintings. It's just to encourage it. And here we have this school that is the only school in the Caribbean. You know, give your child an opportunity to express themselves and live the life that they want to live. And I think Edna does that for a lot of persons who are singers, or are actors, or painters. So, you know, big ups to Edna and its founding.
You two, both of you should come and see the play this weekend. Be my guest.
All right.
Tell me when you want to come, whether it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'd love for you to come and see the students.
Thank you. Definitely show up.
We'll show that straight, man. But thank you.
And anybody else from the bridge who wants to come.
All right. So I'll tell my peoples too.
All right. Give thanks.
Yes, man. Give thanks.
Thank you so much.
If you may allow me quickly just to remind those, especially those in the diaspora who might feel a little disconnected. We are on all social media platforms as Edna Manley College, Facebook, IG, Twitter. Our website is emc.edu.jm, and you can call the college at 619, that's 876-619 Edna, 876-619-3362. Give thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure coming on.
Yeah, man. Give thanks. That was Miss Coleen Douglas, Director of Marketing and Communications at Edna Manley College. You know, that was nice.
Yes.
She was telling us about the Founders Week at Edna.
And so it's an activity which is starting with a church service, a mixed vibe, as she said, you know, because there's so many different religious and beliefs there, religions and beliefs there, and they're coming together to have that church service. I think I would like to see what that church service looks like.
Hey, I would like to experience that. I just realized we don't see the perks of being a broadcaster. We get invited.
Mr.
Invitation for God now.
Nice.
So it's a vibe. So yes, thank you, Miss Douglas, and that was a nice interview, Jojo.
Nice interview. Thank you so much, Miss Douglas.
Big up Edna.
And you'll hear from us here when we will be showing up for that.
Yeah, man, definitely. Now we're moving into the next segment. You don't know that in my segment we're going to be doing Tech This, where I'll be talking about technological advancements all over the world. You know, some of them weird, some of them make sense, and this one I think is no exception. That one is very interesting. This one is called the Bond Touch Long Distance Connection Bracelets. Now, for all the lovebirds out there will feel very lovey-dovey, this one, and you might find this one a little interesting. See? Now, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, but it sure isn't easy, don't it? Whether you're often miles apart or just spending the day in different locations, these waterproof silicone bracelets can keep you feeling close. Download the app that connects the set and tap your bracelet to send a bond touch to your loved one. Yes, it's literally a bracelet, so whenever you touch it, your partner, who has the other one, can feel the vibration and feel that you're thinking about them. Yeah, so your partner's on there will light up and vibrate. Yeah, so they'll know that you're thinking about them. You hear them, man? You want to send an extra special note? You can send up to 10 taps in one message, making it easy to incorporate unique rhythms or create your own secret code. Yes, the set of 2 makes dealing with that long distance a little less rough, and they're rechargeable, so wearing them every day is easy too. Even in the shower or the pool, they are waterproof, so don't worry yourself. Optional additional bands are available. They have colors like twilight blue, emerald green, ghost white, and pink sand. Yes, so you can find this interesting technology, the Bonded Touch long distance connection bracelet, on Amazon for $108. So, oddly, I don't know if that interests you. That for me, what wrong with a little text message? I don't know. WhatsApp stop work? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you think, oddly?
You and your tech and your technology.
I don't mean you met them. Yes. But yeah, it's interesting. That was Tech This. That was the Bonded Touch long distance connection bracelet. You can just tap it, and your loved one can feel the vibration miles away. so they can know.
It's amazing though.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting.
Yeah,
you really think
weird technology.
Weird, but it can work. For the lovey-dovey people out there, that one's for you. Only on Amazon for $108. That was Tech This. Jojo says she have a new game for us.
Well,
I'm
it's
nervous.
just a game for me and you, Shells, because it's not even a game, but I just want to see what you know. So you're gonna, for those who are listening, you're going to need to head over to www.thebridge99fm.com and you probably have to go and download the app too, because I think you can see us there as well. Because this game, Shells is going to tell me what era this fashion come from. So this segment is called Remember When. So I'm gonna ask my boy Romy to put up these fashion statements for me, and Shells is gonna tell me what era this is.
Oh, so that's why you know Audley the band.
Exactly, Audley just need to keep quiet until I feel him time for the way I need to do. So let's go. Drop it.
Let me see them, you know. What that?
I'm not telling her, she look like my granny from...
She look like a blueberry.
You know
what that?
Shells, that's fashion.
That look like... Alright, so I look on the hairstyle.
First,
yeah, man. Hairstyle, it's like an umbrella and a wig in a one. It's
yes,
a vibe.
Right, it's a vibe.
This look like something my mother would have wear. You see me? So watch her style, you know. Man, I said this are the 70s.
No.
What?
One more photo for me then, Romy.
That's the 70s.
No.
No?
Alright, no.
Alright, no.
Alright.
So you see that? Oh, that was a romper that? On the far right? That's what girls call romper, don't? Machine. Alright, what's your now?
Focus on the fashion.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Focus on the fashion, please.
Right. That look like... the colors are true, me, you know. But it look like, you know them say bad like 90s dancehall. It have the vibe there. But me feel like that too easy. But me I go 90s. I go 90s.
I could go to the next photo and see what I'm going
Oh, yeah, tell me the answer.
Well, no, because you have to go through the fashion first.
Oh, Lord, this look like a nightmare before Christmas. Look on them hairstyle there.
Be nice.
No, I have to be careful because suppose my auntie or my mother.
Exactly. Suppose someone in a family member that.
No, sir. Hold on there. Drop up back the picture there again, Romy.
But you see the wig though? You see the wig? You see the white wig?
She look like Bridge Nation, for those who know up on the stream right now, she look like Storm from X-Men.
Yeah.
But she get electrocuted by the lightning. So her ear kind of look. And everybody does look frazzled.
And happy.
Alright. Happy New Year balloon that.
Next.
So this is a trick. No, I'm going to answer it that this look like 80s.
Let's go to the next photo.
No, I'm nervous.
Alright. See it now.
Hold on there. You see them braids there? Them braids there trick me. Oh, when braids come in? Braids about a long time. You know?
Long time. And then what Shells, man. Shells say when braids come in. So what?
I get at 90s.
Yeah, get at 90s. So, all right. 90s. So you were close with some of them.
Okay.
All of those fashions are from the 90s.
What?
So those are 90s dancehall fashion.
Even the blueberry?
Even the blue dress. I want to tell you, see the blue dress? Okay. I remember as a child when big dancer go on, I saw woman dress go party, you know.
Oh, no. What kind of Halloween party?
No, that was for Rainford. Tell him the Rainford. At style Latina at the scene.
Rainford never did that with a woman who looks like
Rainford.
If she come in at that dress, the Rainford, nah, go this.
But at the time, that was hot. So you see all them frill there, but it's so funny, Shells, because we see these same frills and weird outfits coming back, and this is from the 90s. So remember when? Yeah, that was from the 90s. Those outfits were banging. I like some of them. Not the hairstyle, I never wear the hairstyle for love our money. That never wear.
Yeah, more of them don't come back.
Right, but even I don't know if there was one more. You used to have the matey dress too. I'm gonna tell you first of all, cause my mother knows say. You know about matey dress?
I know about matey.
Matey dress, matey bubbles, matey bag. I was looking for the photo of me in my matey dress, my matey bubbles, because matey bubbles used to be big, you know. So you have 4 matey bubbles in your ear.
What is
and it big, and my ear coming at 2.
All
that, my, first of all, my fashion, when I was younger, I used to love fashion. So now that I'm older, you know, but as a child, I got an opportunity to wear certain stuff, you know. So matey dress, I remember. Matey bubbles, I remember. You know, matey and a good something. You know the song. I think oddly, you know the song to that says she not Beanie Man say like she not have nothing to wear. So she. All the school uniform, Magdalena gone. Me not have nothing for put on. Yeah, yes, you know the song there.
Well, we're educated.
Yeah, man, I learn. Well, I'm right now.
Shells, I was not permitted.
Yes, you could not say anything.
Right, but yes, you were pretty close. They were all 90s.
90s. They were all 90s.
And back in the days, with dancehall, you had crews, meaning different, you know, ouch crew. Right, so.
Yes.
Everybody
was a crew.
Right. And the thing is, they had to outdress each other.
Wow. Even though they are a crew.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
So dancehall fashion was...
It was a thing. It was an event when something is gonna happen, and I observed this as a child because I loved it. I loved the and the earrings were huge and the jewelry were a lot. I remember my sister had an auntie that when you see her, the first thing you never see she a beer jewelry.
If they could find a photo of Hattie Cherry.
Look for Hattie Cherry.
Then
wow.
We're going to Google Hattie Cherry.
Oh, catch them jeans there.
But this is more 2000.
Yeah, that's hip hop.
I thought hip hop early.
That's at 2000. Look for Romy. While we're at it, I want you to look for Hattie Cherry. Google Hattie Cherry.
You want to let my phone out and hear me?
I want those who are watching us
on the bridge,
can
on the
see
website.
Also, but
the 90s, let me tell you,
it was lit.
Yeah.
No, it don't look like that. I have to cherry them on Google right now.
No?
But that was remember when, and we wanted Shells to see if Shells had an idea of what the 90s fashion looked like. But it was fun. So was the music, right, Audley?
Yeah, man, the music.
Yeah, man.
Bad like 90s.
Hold on. You know that though. You know what they say?
Yeah.
Nothing. No bad like 90s.
Dancehall.
No music, no bad.
Dancehall, hip hop,
everyone partying like it's 1999.
Bad like 90s.
All right. Well, that was Remember When, and I appreciate the education, Jojo.
You are most welcome.
Great for over there. I show go on. I don't feel I'm glad to I show up on the age still. Know what I mean?
First of all, I'm gonna feel I'm aging wonderfully.
That is
beautiful. If you look at me, you won't believe my age. I don't feel no way. Gracefully.
That's right.
I'm a black woman.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Beautiful. Well, yeah, that was Remember When. I like this one. I like this feature. Jojo, we have a lovely interview coming up right now.
Yes, good morning again, Bridge Nation. Thank you so much for keeping it locked with us here on the Bridge 99 FM.
Yes, sir.
All right, so today, first of all, is Ash Wednesday. So, we had to talk about Lent. Yeah. Ash Wednesday, if you're wondering, in the Christian church is the first day of Lent, they say, occurring 6.5 weeks before Easter. Ash Wednesday is said to be a reconciliation with God and marks the beginning of the penitential Lenten season. It is commonly observed with ashes and fasting, they say.
Okay.
We have Reverend Teddy Jones, an ordained minister with the Missionary Church Association in Jamaica, who will be giving us more information about Ash Wednesday and the true meaning of Lent.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. Good morning, Reverend Jones.
Morning, Mr. DJ, spinning up on the tracks. And morning, Jojo.
Hi, how are you?
Give thanks. Yeah, man, Reverend Jones.
Yes. Up and thankful.
Give thanks, man. So, this is your boy Shells, and Queen Jojo is here, and of course, DJ Audley, as you say. I gave some good music. Jojo, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Quick and fast. No pun intended. Reverend Jones, Ash Wednesday. I see, we know Reverend Jones, I get that joke. Isn't it? We get Reverend Jones.
Yeah, quick and fast.
Tell us about Ash Wednesday. And as we're young people, right? Is it still significant today?
Mm-hmm.
As it was, back in the day.
I would say perhaps less. Putting a number of things into the mix to give that response. There's a general sense in which the millennials, the Gen Z, are certain, and research has shown that. Even right here in Jamaica, a survey was commissioned by Back to the Bible in 2017, which showed that the youth population is significantly less represented in churches, and even those who were in were kind of on their way out. And then among the adult population, certainly the 2011 census indicated that less persons were identifying themselves as Christian compared to previous censuses. And so from that angle, that whole sense of the religious tradition is perhaps less followed, and I would also argue less known. Perhaps if a quick vox pop was to be conducted among, I would say, 21 and under, we might actually find that a number of them may not have much of a clue as to what exactly Ash Wednesday is about, other than the fact that it's a holiday. You know, I have a feeling that might be the result of that survey. But among the older persons, perhaps 40 and above, the awareness of it, at the very least, from their own time as children and youth growing up, would certainly still be there. And the fact that it is still observed by many churches to different extents, you know, because the various denominations have the different extents to which they observe the practice. Certainly, some churches don't have the placing of the ashes on the forehead, for example, as would do the Roman Catholics, the Anglicans, and perhaps the Lutherans, and maybe some Baptists, you know. But the ones that are referred to as the Protestant churches or the evangelical churches, and some of these labels are themselves a little bit blurred these days, actually.
So Reverend Jones, you know, you said that persons, well, youths below certain age would not be aware of the significance of Ash Wednesday. But, you know, it's so funny because I asked this question yesterday. I put it on my WhatsApp status as to, you know, what are you giving up for Lent? And everybody was aware. The age group, young people, I have some young people in my WhatsApp, and they were able to readily answer the question to say what they're giving up, you know. So it is weird. It is odd to hear you say that, you know, they don't understand the significance, but they understand to an extent what Lent means, to give up, to give up something, the practice.
That aspect of it.
Right. So do you find it odd that though many persons are saying that they do not identify as Christians anymore, but they're participating or practicing this religious belief is very contradicting? And you think it serves any purpose even though they might not believe in God, even though they might not be religious? Do you think it's a wise practice to give up, you know, certain things for a time?
And it's interesting because, you know, culture runs deep, right? And, you know, in the Caribbean, religion has played a significant role in the shaping of culture. So you'd find that certain practices would be retained even though a person makes a decision to move away from a very strict religious adherence, or certainly a devout Christian following. They may still retain certain practices that would have been inculcated in them from birth. And so perhaps that's what it is. Now, the challenge I have, for example, would be in terms of the kind of lasting ethical impact that the original intent of the sacrificial aspect of Lent, the giving up, was meant to convey. It was certainly not originally meant to be a limited 40-day time-bound giving up where you then revert to whatever was before. You know,
so
if it is
giving up,
just about giving up just for that time frame, to say that, well, I was able to discipline myself, I gave up XYZ for 40 days, and then even while you're going through it, you kind of can't wait for it to be over to binge in and on the very thing that you gave up. For me, I would seriously ask, well, to what end then? Is it just about giving up for giving up's sake, or is it just about giving up for an overall greater discipline of self, a greater mastery of self, a greater ethical and better you,
right?
Which is what it was originally intended to be.
Now, Reverend Jones, my question is, we're talking about, the act of giving up and making certain sacrifices, for the betterment of self. We in a society, we can't help but compare. You know what I mean? And we all say comparison, the thief of joy and all these things. Are there certain practices, because we all know the origin story and what the Lord and Savior had to give up. Fast forward to today, what if I just say I'm going to give up chocolate? In the eyes of the Christian faith, does it make my sacrifice any less, in comparison to others who probably fasting or praying, is it fair for people to compare their sacrifices during this time?
No. For me, anything like that becomes a very deeply personal matter, personal persuasion, and the individual, again, the intent. It might, and these things tend to have great incremental value, as I was intimating. So giving up chocolate, one may do it from a health perspective, or simply for the joy and the self-satisfaction of knowing that, look, as part of me being in control of me, I am giving up chocolate, and I successfully gave up chocolate. I consider this then as a milestone on my own journey, right? So I personally would not support making that kind of comparison, and certainly not casting any aspersion or turning it into something of a judgment.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Reverend Jones, before you go, I have a weird question. Not really weird, but for instance, this is for probably a couple, myself. I might be in a relationship and I decide that I want to give up intimacy for Lent. How will that work out? And what is the advice for couples who are deciding to give up certain things while being in a relationship? How does that impact?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, fortunately, Jojo, that is one that the Bible actually speaks very, very clearly about. Paul addresses that in the book in the letter to the Corinthian church. And I'm glad you raised it, because it's something I feel very strongly about, and I speak about it. He is very clear. He wasn't talking about Lent per se, but he was talking about separating yourself from acts of intimacy so that you could spend some time in spiritual disciplines, prayer and fasting. He actually mentioned. But you know what he said? He very, very clearly said it should only be with the consent of your partner.
All right.
So it's very clear. And there's a wealth of wisdom in doing that. One of the things that would be very contradictory to the concept of love is to love your partner involves involving them in something as important to that union as that. And we do not get to say that, well, I love the Lord and I love God first, and I should love God more than I love you, so it shouldn't matter.
Right.
We don't get the liberty to say such things. And I have heard some ministerial colleagues encouraging even their members to do that, and invariably, because of the spread of the statistics, it tends to be congregations with more females than males, and especially where they are not a part of the faith. It is dangerous. I think it is reckless.
Yes,
even
it is. I agree.
To be encouraging that without the proviso that this should be a discussion with your partner. So it's very clear, very, very clear on that matter.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Yes, man, Reverend Jones. We have to thank
time.
you, man, because we needed that clarification. We're not gonna tell no lie, because a lot of people want to take part in Lent, and a lot of people, we don't want any further reason for people to be, led astray from the no, not just that, or just be led astray from the faith. You understand me? So anyway, you guys can sacrifice. I don't even like the word sacrifice, to tell you the truth, but anyway you can give up something for the betterment of self.
Yes.
Please do so. So yes, Reverend Jones, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, sir. I really appreciate it for joining us.
Anytime.
Yes, Bridge Nation. That was yes, man. Give thanks, sir.
Bye.
Yes, Bridge Nation.
That's it.
That was Reverend Teddy A. Jones, ordained minister with the Missionary Church Association in Jamaica. He's also a certified master NLP practitioner life coach. I can see why.
So you're clear now, Shells? You're clear on Lent? And
as I said, all I want Jamaicans to know is it is called Lent, and not length.
One thing we do know, I got called the word wrong.
Yeah. I wouldn't want the ladies them worry when them here so them man give up. All right. Anyways.
Hey, come now. Music.
Yes, hardly.
Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go, The Bridge, 99 FM.